Hi, welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shaveen Bandarnayaka. Over the past few years, I've had the opportunity of teaching and learning from first-class law graduates from all around the world. While each and every one of them may have their own unique techniques that work for them, there are two fundamental aspects that seem to be common to all of them. This video is an exploration of those two elements. Now, if you check out the Law Simplified YouTube channel, or simply click on the pop-out banner that's going to appear on the top right of this video, or even at the end card of this video, as well as in the description of this video, you'll have a chance to go through the first class, which is a playlist that I've developed while interviewing students who have achieved this particular goal. In other words, a first class LLB degree. This is much more in-depth in that sense, so you can check out those interviews which run to about 20 to 25 minutes each. This video, the one you're watching now, is specifically outlining or exploring two fundamental aspects that all of these students, including those that I've spoken to on a personal level afterwards as well, who have indicated to me what exactly that they did that seemed to be the common thread towards their success. Essentially, there are two things that they've all done: repetition and supplementation. Now note, when I mean repetition, I don't mean the most superficial sense of memorization. Far from it. The LLB is not about memorization. It's not about what you know, it's rather about how you think. Therefore, what I mean by repetition, and what's quite common among students who've been successful in this degree, is that they've actually gone through the material a number of times in different ways. For instance, when I was studying for my LLB, I would firstly read the large chunks of material provided by the university in the form of the subject guides, in the form of textbooks and so on, and then outline quite a lengthy note that I would develop. Afterwards, this note I would dissect and make into a two-sided A4 sheet, essentially summarizing it to the first level. Once I've done this, I would summarize it further to an A5 sheet, making the note even smaller before finally converting it into my spider graphs, which most of you might have seen on this channel, or if you followed my courses on Udemy as well. What was notable was that in some way, shape or form, every single student that has achieved a higher degree or a higher classification in their law degree, be it a second up or a first class, has done this same exact thing, but in slightly different ways. The goal, however, is to get repetition in, essentially muscle memory. The LLB is about understanding the law, as opposed to simply rote learning certain aspects. It's somewhat like mathematics in that sense, where it's not really the outcome that matters, it's the process that you apply to get to the outcome. If you understand the process and if you understand how things work, you don't need to remember or memorize anything. Now, having said that, case law in certain subjects mean a lot, and you should read through case law and understand once again what the cases mean. But a question I get often asked by students is, how do I remember case names? That's for a different video altogether. So the first thing that is quite notable in most of these students is repetition. The amount of work that they put in to understand the subject, as well as to summarize it in such a way that it's entrenched in their mind. The second most common factor that I've noticed among students that have achieved a second up or even a first class degree is supplementation. I've mentioned this before in my 5 tips to ace a law exam, which you can check out in the description below or in the pop-out banner as well as the end card of this video. Essentially, supplementation is to read around the subject. Don't be limited to the material that's provided to you by your university. Chances are it's the same material that you and thousands of other students are going through as well. This has been one of the key distinctive factors of a successful student, essentially incorporating into their answers things which other students may not have even dreamt of. This is only achieved if you supplement your knowledge with other sources outside of the norm. This will include online libraries such as LexisNexis or Westlaw, journal entries, articles, blog posts, the news for instance. All of these things are material to getting a better grade, as I've seen many students who have achieved a second upper on a first class get. Now, these were two of the fundamental things that I've noticed in successful students, some of which even I have incorporated way back in the day when I was doing my LLB, the law degree as well. It's applicable to any type of exam, to be very fair, but the LLB specifically requires you to be able to articulate and think analytically in a different level altogether. So incorporating these two aspects into your study routine will greatly assist in taking your answer above and beyond. And that which is not just a pass in terms of your results, but an ace. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If it was helpful, make sure you give a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos of this caliber, make sure to subscribe to The Law Simplified. I've launched a brand new website, thelawsimplified.com, where there is much more rich content of this caliber, as well as blog posts, courses, and ways of getting in touch with me if you'd like to set up a fast track or masterclass program for your studies. But until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and obey the law.